Hi there, I'm Joey.
I'm Jacob.
And we are watching Star Trek for the first time. Last time on Star Trek, Home Alone in Space. I'm still reeling from that sequence.
There is just a solid 10-20 minute portion like that, yeah.
And he doesn't want to kill anyone on the ship. Like, Data is just, he's just fucking with them on the ship. It's great. I love it. I love when I say fuck in the first 30 seconds of a YouTube video, and I know that if I were to monetize these things, I would have no chance. I would have no chance. It just wouldn't happen.
Yeah, I know.
Today we're watching an episode. Here's the thing. We're great Star Trek fans, right? We're amazing Star Trek fans. You know that?
Yeah, sure.
The only thing that is going through my head, complete this line. It's over, Anakin! I have...
The High Ground?
It's called The High Ground. We're watching an episode called The High Ground today.
The great Star Trek line said by Spock, right?
Exactly. Spock said that in Star Trek 3, The Voyage Home. And... I just know the kind of people that sometimes watch our videos. We're gonna get into post-episode thoughts in a second. Be sure to join us then. We're about to watch The High Ground. I really wanted to open these post-episode thoughts with a bunch of jokes about how there was no Star Wars in this, but I can't even bring myself to really do that, because this is a tough episode to talk about.
Yes,
it's a... Okay. Breaking the illusion for a second. Everyone's aware we record these videos really far in advance. We're recording this in June of 2025. This is a really hard episode to talk about. Really hard episode to talk about, and we just have to acknowledge that.
Yeah. The plot line of this one episode kind of flip-flops on what it feels like it's kind of flip-flopping on what it wants to say.
I think even if I weren't as particularly radicalized as I am right now, I think I would still think this is a really messy, confused episode that doesn't actually know what it wants to say by the end.
No. I think they're afraid to come the writer. I didn't catch who it was.
I didn't catch who it was either.
I feel like whoever they were, they didn't want to come out too strongly in favor of the terrorists. When clearly they at least want to say no. They want you
to sympathize with them, but they also want to say there needs to be order, and so we get our police state takes over in the end, and it's just okay. So while I don't think this is the worst of the season, it is the episode I think that has left the worst taste in my mouth by the end. It is the one I will probably look back on least fondly.
Yes.
Like The Price is a worse episode. Just like I think by our standards, it is just a worse episode. And there are things to like in The High Ground. There are a lot of things to like in The High Ground. I think, but because it is so confused in its messaging and it doesn't quite know it wants to both sides the entire thing.
Until it decides in the end, no, mostly police state's a good thing.
Even then, not quite, because it wants to have the scene with the kid at the end, and it wants to have Riker be all bold and say, but one kid chooses peace. And like, that's not the point. That's not what the point should be. At least that's not what the entire episode was going for.
No, it wasn't.
I want to talk about what I did like, though.
Let's talk about the positives.
I like the opening scene a lot. I really love. First off, telling me immediately we're finally getting a Beverly Crusher episode. I hate that every time one of my doctors in Star Trek gets an episode to themselves. Not really McCoy. McCoy episodes are usually good. But, like, Pulaski and Crusher.
Just in, like, TNG.
They lean beyond and being like, I love this character and I want to see more of them. And then when I do get more of them, I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want it like this.
Not like this.
Not like this. But I did like the opening scene of, like seeing Crusher, like, immediately... We're jumping to the action. The second someone's hurt, she stays there. I like that Picard kind of secedes. He's like... I can't change her mind,
there is this air that I could force her up.
Yeah.
Just because.
He considers it for a second, and Riker's like, I don't want to be there when you send her up.
Right.
But no, he chooses not to, because he knows that this is what she wants to do. So I like that. I like that part of her character. There are aspects of the Finn and Beverly dynamic that I enjoy. I like Finn and his backstory with his son. There's some gorgeous acting from Gates McFadden when he brings up the son.
Oh, yeah.
You can just see her on the verge of tears. I really love that moment. I love the scene. I love the scene where Data is talking to Picard, and Data's like, well, sometimes terrorism works, right? And Picard's like, well, let's not go too far with that.
And Data brings up like 4 or 5 fictional examples.
Yeah. At the time, we're fictional. I imagine.
Yeah. And he's like, and these all worked?
Yeah.
And Picard's like, maybe don't think about it too hard.
yeah. So Picard's like both sides again off to the side, and Data's like, no, terrorism works.
Data came to the
like, yes, Data.
Right. I love that Data came to the logical conclusion: terrorism is a quote-unquote legitimate political activity.
I love it. I love that. I loved when Picard got caught by the terrorists, and he was brought to Beverly, and they were talking about Wesley, and she wanted to know that he was safe. I quoted the line because I really did like that, just the way Patrick Stewart delivered that. He's going to make a very fine officer. I love that line. I thought that was great. And I loved, at long last, TNG. Red shirt down, man. Red shirt just
down.
gets shot, blasted. He's just walking out like with his girlfriend or something, and they're like walking down the hall. Dude, this terrorist character just, beams on board and shoots the guy straight up. I was like, yes, there's my red shirt.
There's a red shirt.
And it's not even commented on much. It's very much a TOS moment. It's just like people died. That's it. I love it. I love it. Oh man. Okay, so the rest.
The complicated, messy part of the episode.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot more time is given to Finn to make him seem sympathetic.
And I don't know if that's by mistake or not.
But also the episode wants to do the whole, the terrorists are going to kill and attack characters we know, and hurt Worf, and another great, actually, Patrick Stewart moment. I love when the way he delivers the I don't even know if Worf is alive moment. That is great. But it wants to have that scene where we see that violent strip, and it wants to reprimand these characters as well. And at the end of the day, the high ground as an episode just kind of decides on a massive fucking shrug and says, well, it's not going to end. And that's it.
And everyone has to kind of be okay with that.
Yeah, and the viewer is meant to be like really taken in by the, oh, look at the Crushers reunited. And the only thing I was really thinking about in that moment is that Will Wheaton's gotten really tall over the course of this show, and he's the exact same height as his TV mom, and it's really weird. But no, it is such a confused.
But like when you look at what it wants to say politically, just in terms of its own single episode, the episode begins by telling us there's a continent, like one continent, that doesn't want to be part of like a world government, if I followed that correctly. They want their own independence. And and it's presented as extreme, sure, because they don't shy away that they're terrorists from the start. But it's not stated as a bad thing necessarily. The bad part is that they resorted to terrorism. Yeah, it was supposedly. And again, there's moments where it feels like the episode wants to take the side of the terrorists, because you get there's a great scene where I can't think of the lady's name, the one that was heading the police state, but it's her like arresting children literally. Yeah, and we're shown, and Riker is like, that's weird.
Again, a not unfamiliar sight. It is something that resonates, but then also again the episode still decides on saying like, yeah, sure, the kids are innocent, but also Finn had to die, and we're going to reprimand this character, but also still not actually come up with a solution, and not have any of our main characters actually take a side in this matter.
No.
Because Beverly goes back and forth too. She's constantly like with Finn and then against Finn, like going back and forth. Picard hates Finn the entire time. Picard's our main fucking character.
So theoretically we should agree with him.
Yeah. And again, we actually just talked last episode about Picard still being a fallible protagonist, and that's an important part of his character. But at the end of the day, The Hunted last episode, which was a great episode, we still had Picard making the quote-unquote right decision in the end, after he was corrected on that matter.
Yeah.
Picard never gets corrected here. We never actually have him learn anything by the end.
But he's not in the situation long enough to see that the sympathetic side that Beverly got to see. She was around longer, presumably days, I guess.
Yeah, they say days. Yeah, but like,
and it's one of those things where, yes, she and us were shown that this has a sympathetic side. They have resorted to extreme methods, even the dimensional shifting.
Yeah.
It's literally killing them, but they're doing it because they think that's their price for freedom.
Yeah. I'm mad.
I when this episode kept going, I was like, I know it's not going to give me a clean-cut answer.
It's not. It's just not. And it doesn't want to. It thinks that just posing the question is enough. And posing the question is not enough. You need to have a fucking answer. And I think that's where I'll close out today. Sorry for the bitter video, friends. Be sure to join us next time if you want to. When we continue Star Trek The Next Generation. Until then, this has been Joey Morgan.
I'm Jacob.
Goodbye.